What makes a house a home? We asked the people of Wales to enter their houses into Wales Home of the Year. Now, our judges are visiting the top 3 from each region, choosing one each episode to go through to our national final. Scoring them on architectural merit, distinctive design and original style are interior designer Mandy Watkins from Anglesey.
I'm looking for a home that tells me a story about the people that live there and maybe to pick up some ideas along the way.
Cardiff-based architectural designer Glenn Thomas.
The key areas that I'm looking for are sustainability, innovation and an authentic expression of who that homeowner is.
And leading the judging, Owain Wyn Evans.
I'm looking for a home that makes me say, I want to live here, darlings.
That is goals.
Are we ready? Ta-da!
Did you just do that with your sheer magnetism?
Oh my gosh, I'm in love. What a space.
In the end, only one can be Wales Home of the Year. Today, our judges are visiting 3 shortlisted properties in North East Wales. First up, Cysgod y Coed, a family home in Bala, where Mary and husband Dan have lived happily for 2 years with their kids Alfie and Poppy and their dog Lily May.
Mum and Dad built the house. They decided that it was too big for them, so they put it on the market and we snapped it up pretty much straight away. And it was very of its time, so everything was magnolia, bare dark, stained wood. It was, I suppose, fashionable then. So I said when we bought the house, we were going to completely change it and I had to have just free rein to do whatever I wanted. Our home, to me, is everything. It's our bubble. It's where we can just all be ourselves and have endless parties.
The home has 3 bedrooms and family bathroom upstairs. Downstairs, there is a colourful kitchen, living room and bedroom with ensuite. Prior to the judges' arrival, we asked the owners to place a heart in their favourite spot in the home.
This is my favourite place in the home to snuggle up with a good book and a G&T in front of the fire.
Armed with only the basic facts about the property and its owners, the judges now get their first proper look at Cysgod y Coed.
Well, this is interesting, isn't it? And I'm suspecting by the little sort of design notes that it's around the 90s.
I like this mismatched stone that we're seeing on the exterior with a pointing in between. It's a nice-looking home.
And I think we're kind of southeast facing, so you'd expect there to be large areas of glazing, but the windows are actually quite small. So I suspect it's going to be kind of lovely and cosy and warm inside.
Well, shall we crack on and see what's inside this cosy cottage?
Come on in.
Oh, I didn't expect this.
Well, well, well.
Well, as the 3 of us thought from the outside, it is a 90s home, but inside it's giving me texture, colour, personality. I can really tell that they've put themselves into this space and it's lovely, it's welcoming.
Yeah, usually, you know, you can imagine it would have been lots of oak, very typical of its era. But the homeowners have painted it this lovely slatey blue-grey colour. And there's lots of banisters, like, what are you doing up there?
Oh, that's perfect. Hey, that's where I could, that could be my stage. I could stand up there and do a little karaoke performance for you both.
It's not a real balcony, it's not accessible, it's just decoration, I guess. Feels like a theatre set, doesn't it, in here?
Yeah.
Now, this is a very light-filled space, which is surprising, and more contemporary than I thought it was going to be. So I'm intrigued to find out how they've dealt with that in the living room and the kitchen. So shall we move on?
Ooh. Again, unexpected, really nice and colourful. Good first impression.
Yeah, absolutely. Splashes of fun everywhere in this space. Here it is. Ah, the heart. And clear to see why they've placed the heart here. This space really does feel like the heart. And we have the arteries, the veins, leading off into different spaces. I can see out through a stunning view there towards the landscape in the gardens outside. Really nice.
Got a really nice vibe, this room, isn't it? I like the way they've positioned the lights. That's a really handy, clever trick. It doesn't have to always be in the centre.
Also, love, we got a little glitter ball up there. You two know.
Oh, God.
J'adore glitter balls, so that is perfect for me. And also, look at this balcony. It just draws the eye up into the vaulted ceiling.
It's wonderful. I mean, you could fit another bedroom there, but they haven't. So they've got one bedroom less, and look at what that gives us in this space.
I think this would be a lovely place to just chill out and spend, you know, time with your friends, Glenn, just being sat here and having your friends round, and Mandy. Here we are in the kitchen. Now, darlings, I have been reliably informed and can confirm that pink does indeed make the boys wink, so I'm loving the colour scheme in here.
Look at that snapshot, you know, the kitchen sink, those hexagonal teal tiles with a pink paint on the wall, and those vivid botanical blinds. Even the window frames have been painted into the scheme.
It won't surprise you to hear that this is not my taste, but I am really admiring what they've done. Looking down there, there's an integrated doghouse in a kitchen. I've never seen one of those.
Look at the tiles behind the Aga here. I think they were probably here when the homeowners bought it and moved in. Would you want to change them? Well, perhaps, but actually, it just shows that if you do have things like that, you can work with them. You don't have to rip everything out and start again and spend a load of money.
Ah, a bedroom on the ground floor. Unusual.
Yeah. Oh, well, I know when I'm not welcome. No riffraff.
Oh, you better get out now.
I'll come with you.
Come on. That said, I do feel quite at home in here. It's a fun room again. I think the owners do kind of want to inject a bit of that into each space.
The interior design approach they've taken here is not for me, I'm afraid, guys. There's just too much wood. Now, I love natural timber, but I think it's too dominating and it makes the room feel quite dark and oppressive.
Yeah, I do quite like the wooden wardrobes that we have here and the tall boy in the corner with a mirror on it as well. But yeah, I suppose if budget allowed, perhaps, could you have some sort of built-in wardrobe there?
This theme is throughout the house, isn't it? Again, it's that repeating of old and new. This has got homely feel. You know, it's a nice room.
I'm still thinking about that mezzanine balcony, you know. I think we should definitely go and see it.
Only if you promise not to sing.
I can't promise not to sing, darling. Let's ascend.
Up we go.
What a space. Look at this.
You just keep going up, don't you? Up and up and up.
Oh, are you ready for my performance, guys?
Oh, my gosh. Sing my angel of music.
Oh, great acoustics.
I'd have loved to have been a kid growing up in this house. It's such fun, isn't it? But on a serious note, I think there's something missing here. A fireman's pole.
Oh,
my
lethal.
Gosh, that would be excellent.
What will Glenn, Owain and Mandy score Cysgod y Coed? One of the judges' marks will be held back until they have seen all three homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
I think this house is an utter joy. From the outside, I was slightly concerned that it would be very dark, very traditional, but I had a really pleasant surprise coming in. Whilst it's not to my decor, I think they've worked really hard at it to create this kind of theatrical, dynamic series of interlinking spaces. I'm going to give this home an 8.
There's colour, there's fun. It's enjoyable to spend time here just because of the work that the current owners have done. I think for me, the standout room in this home was that living room. You had the doors leading off to different spaces. You've got that mezzanine balcony, which for me had a little bit of the wow factor and just a little soupçon of something different as well. I am scoring this home an 8.
Such a lovely, warm, welcoming family home. You know, lots of colour, the velvet sofas, the mid-century pieces, that inherited kitchen brought to life with those tiles, those fabulous colours, lovely touches throughout. I think for me, I'd like to see a bit more cohesion throughout, but with the creativity of the homeowners, I'm thinking the future of this home is looking pretty bright.
Next up is a 5-bedroom detached property in Wrexham. Linden House is home to Laura, her husband Derfel and their 3 children, as well as their 2 dogs, Charlie and Clover.
We bought the house in 2018. The entire house was renovated and we did an extension on the side and an extension on the back. It's a bit of a mixture of industrial and Scandi and boho. It's, it's a bit of a crazy mixture, but we really like it, and we've kept it quite neutral. We find that it creates a calming environment for the children. I think we all feel a sense of security when we're here. We're just trying to create a lovely home that we can live in for many years.
The property has 5 bedrooms upstairs, 3 of which are en suites, and a large family bathroom. Downstairs boasts an open-plan kitchen, dining room and snug, as well as a TV room and living room.
I'm placing the heart here. This is my favourite place in the home. It's where we all gather for our parties. I can be cooking, children can be doing their homework. I can see into the garden. I can see the dogs when they're out there playing. So it's just a great place to be, and it's lovely and light.
But what will the judges think of Linden House?
Wow, this is a big-looking home, isn't it? In fact, I think we're looking at an extension sort of situation here.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Owen. I think clearly you can see the original, what I'm guessing to be around 1930s. You can see the roof line and the bay windows. This on the side, however, I think is an extension.
It's quite a timeless classic. And that oak framed porch, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
It just entices you in. I want to see what's behind that door.
Yes, I think this building is very unpretentious, and it's certainly not seeking attention, is it?
Not attention-seeking, unpretentious. Sounds very familiar. Sounds a bit like me, darlings. Should we head inside?
Yes, please.
Come on, babes. Oh, look at this floor. So shiny. It's like a very still lake, isn't it? And I love these little design touches as well. You've got this stone kind of cladding on this wall here, bit of wooden panelling down there, that black wall just kind of breaking it up and zoning it.
That's one of my favourite architectural elements when you walk into a space and you can see that there's a kind of journey ahead, you know? This is very alluring.
It's so light and airy, and there's a nice, calm feeling to this home.
Well, I knew there was something about this room that was just calling my name. It was saying, oh, Anne, come on inside. Come and see what's in here. It's bright. It's inviting. Oh, j'adore the floor. Look at that. That looks original to me. Lovely parquet floor. So glad that's been kept. It's a lovely place to just, you know, relax in.
From an interior design point of view, it's very difficult to get this colour scheme right. I mean, beige, as we know, has connotations of boring and safe. But this isn't. It exudes luxury, and I think it's done in a very sophisticated and considered manner.
It's repetition, there's different textures, same colours, and that's how you enrich a seemingly boring colour.
I'm just drawn to this wall here because we have this panelling effect on the wall. Very achievable, really simple to do. You just get those thin slats of wood and you can either nail gun them to the wall depending on what it is, or you can just glue them on. And then painting that a slightly different colour to the rest of it just gives you a slightly different area, just draws your eye over there, and also just makes you feel, nice and relaxed in here.
Oh, didn't expect that kitchen.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
This is your type of kitchen, isn't it, Glenn?
It is my type of kitchen, yeah. It's very, very simple. Do you know what, guys? I would not have expected a kitchen like this. I was expecting something maybe a little bit more traditional. This is a very sort of Germanic design, very functional, almost minimalistic.
And also, just wherever you look, it's like, where's the light source? Oh, it's everywhere. Look at that gargantuan lantern skylight as well. So much light coming in from that.
It gives you that feel good, doesn't it? And look, what a surprise, the heart.
There it is.
And I love this kind of kitchen. You know, it's very clean living, isn't it? So you can imagine your friends coming over, having drinks at the island, and then, you know, dinner at the table. It's just such a lovely space.
Also, that table with all that headroom because of the skylight, I'd be dancing on that table. That's where I'd be, babes.
Oh, we can go left, all right. Let's go up here.
Oh, I love this split. So we're in the, I think, the newer part of the home now when you're kind of thinking back to what it looked like from the front.
And look.
Oh my gosh, is that a laundry chute? Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I want to have a look down there. Grab a leg or what? Bye! Bye, everyone.
Don't you always think that a laundry chute, you used to see them in the movies when you were growing up, yeah?
Yes.
That's the beauty of an extension or a new build, isn't it? You can think, right, this is the criteria, and that is definitely a bonus. Shall we venture into what I think, is the master bedroom? A bit of colour in here, and do you know what? Green is a sort of good combination with this neutral interiors look. And of course, it brings the green from the trees inside.
It's also giving me luxury kind of hotel vibes. Hey, if I stayed in a hotel and it looked like this, and it had a dressing room and a nice ensuite like that, 5 stars from me, without a doubt. I would gladly stay here.
I think the homeowners should be congratulated on their careful choice of lighting, and it's consistent throughout the house. So there's a continuity of design. You're looking at the candles there on the windowsill, these kind of industrial-looking matte black ceiling lights. I love the matte black headboard, and I'm really a big fan of that green. I would say I would have liked to have seen a bit more of it in this room.
And also, even if you don't have an ensuite, if you don't have a dressing room, if you just have a bedroom, you know, you can take a lot from the design of this room. We've got some simple panelling there, which you can buy from a hardware shop, or just zone it, painting the middle of a wall black like that and choosing that lovely kind of almost khaki green colour. This stuff doesn't have to cost much, but when it's done well like this, it looks sensational.
What will the judges score Linden House?
I love a home with curb appeal. It had it in abundance, and then when you opened that door and you saw right through the home, such a nice design feature. That kitchen, oh my gosh, I love that kitchen. Totally unexpected. I was expecting a shaker, it wasn't. It was a really ergonomic, well thought out, lovely space opening out into the garden. I'm going to give this home an 8.
What I really love about this home is the circulation, you know, that ease of flow. Most houses in this country, you have a room, a door, a hall, a door, a living room. Here we have glass doors, we have no doors at all from the hall into the kitchen, which gives each room a relationship with the other rooms. I'm giving this home an 8.
Sometimes you just get a feeling when you enter a home, and actually even before I'd stepped through the front door of this place, I was feeling like there was an embrace just waiting for me within, and that's exactly what I experienced. It's a lovely space to spend time in. It's quite a minimalist colour palette, and I quite like colours actually. But I'm still getting such a lovely feeling here, and everything complements everything else.
The final home in the northeast is the old courthouse. A property that's had many uses over the years, but is now home to Andrew and Michael.
I believe you should always put colour together as all the things that you like, and then it is you.
That's really the whole keynote of the house, that you live with colour and you move from one colour to another. For instance, the bedroom, which is acid yellow, is wonderful to wake up to, because you wake up like, even if it's grey, you wake up to sunshine. Absolutely glorious.
Downstairs in the property, there's an art studio, open kitchen dining area, and a sunroom. Upstairs boasts 2 bedrooms with en-suites and a living room.
I'm placing the heart here because this is where we meet and greet, and we eat. And we look out at the beautiful view of Berriew.
Time for the judges to get their first view of the old courthouse.
So this is the house.
Yeah, and it's a long building, isn't it? It spans almost the entirety of the length of this section of road.
And of course, it's white, in keeping with the rest of the village, and conveniently located to a black and white pub. I'm liking it already.
3 sections to this home as well. We have this end section with a shiplap on it, then this larger middle section, and a bit down there with, I think, the entrance.
It's a very understated piece of architecture, isn't it? It's not giving any clues as to what's inside. So, on the basis of that, I think we should do what we're here to do and go and explore. Oh, empty wine rack. Mandy's already been here.
I wish.
Oh.
Look at this.
Wow. I was not expecting us to be here. We are alongside a body of moving water, which I always love.
So clearly the original house we can see in the distance here, and they have built a single-storey flat roof extension in a very modern way, so they've been very brave not to do something that's in keeping.
And that looks like a fabulous room. I can't wait to explore, shall we? Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that lantern skylight with the infinity mirror. Love that.
Absolutely fabulous.
Oh my gosh. I'm being slapped about the face with all this colour. It's like you've got a colour wheel and just spun it and gone, yeah, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there.
What I find really interesting here is we have a kitchen which is understated, very simple, very minimalist, which is opposite to the rest of the house. Of course, normally it's the other way around. The kitchen would be the talking piece and everything else around would be fairly neutral.
Look at it. I mean, it's unapologetic. You can tell the homeowners have gone, yeah, this is what we like, this is what we're having, and you're going to enjoy it as well.
Have you heard the term dopamine decor? It's when spaces sort of actively trigger that human sense of joy and positivity. This is pure dopamine decor. Right, so I've got the task now of finding the heart. So we've got it over there next to these wonderful, vivid coloured chairs and right next to the river. You can see why they've put it here.
More is something I'm sensing. There is more, darlings. There's another space down there. Should we venture through?
Come on.
100%.
Come on, I'm raring to go.
Yes.
Right, come on, there's more.
Oh, there certainly is more. This is an artist's studio.
What a creative space. Such amazing, inspirational pieces on the wall and everywhere you look.
Glenn, you are perched on this staircase, which is in this kind of neon pink, and it's just slicing through the centre of the home, isn't it?
It's just so bold. I like the fact the colours seem to be kind of block colours.
Should we head upstairs?
Let's go.
Try and stop me.
Oh my gosh, I'm in love. What a space.
I want an office like this now.
The view, the location of this place becomes secondary to what is actually in the home. And normally, if you've got a stunning view, you want to sit and look at it. But I'm just all about what the owners have done to the inside of this home.
It's such a nice, cosy space. You know, look at the sofa, the poof to match. And I think, you know, this could go so wrong, but they've done it so right. It's actually perfection. I'm gobsmacked.
And not often are you rendered speechless,
No,
Mandy Watkins.
Something's just struck me. We haven't really discussed it, but there's nothing here that would break the bank. You know, all you need is a tub of theatre paint and some creativity. You know what? I think it's definitely a thing that the brain responds to certain colours and it affects your mood. I'm looking through there now and I can see this incredible block of yellow. Should we go and see more?
Let's follow the sunshine. Let's follow the sunshine.
I love this colour yellow.
Isn't it amazing? And this is a clever space, isn't it? Because we've walked through a little vestibule into the main bedroom, I'm assuming. We still have the tartan carpet underfoot. I am enjoying the way the storage has been built into this space. And they almost blend in because they're the same colour as everything else. It's just a very clever use of that space, I think.
And it's really nice that the way that they've, you know, done them to a certain level, and then you've got that shelf for artwork.
Yeah.
It's almost like a theatre set, but it just makes the whole space feel much more dramatic.
I think colour confidence comes from experience, and I'm thinking the homeowners have got plenty of experiences and the confidence just to be who they want to be.
How will the trio judge the old courthouse?
The minute I walked in, it gave me a strong sense of personality, character. It's homely, it's telling a story. You feel so much like the owners are just opening out to you. And that's something really special. I'm going to give this home a 10.
You step into this home and you can't help but smile. And for me, of course, it's about the way things look. and I am living for it. There was just something inviting me into every space, and I just wanted to spend more and more time in each of those spaces. I'm giving this home a 10.
If somebody had shown me photographs of this home before we came, I would have thought, no, not my style. It's very bright, very gaudy, but you have to be in here to experience it. I must say, I'm not a fan of tartan carpets or red walls with black. I've been thinking about it, and there's two words for me that sum up this home: anarchic authenticity.
Now that the judges have seen all 3 homes, the final scores can be revealed. First up, Cysgod y Coed in Bala.
It was that 90s build. We had the stone on the outside of it. Nothing 90s about inside, however. Glenn, you gave it an 8. I also gave it an 8. Mandy, what are your thoughts?
I love the unexpectedness of the interior. So many nice touches, the colours, the sofa, quite personable. I give this home an 8.
An 8 from Mandy, which means Cysgod y Coed gets 24.
Good score.
Yes.
Good score. Nice house. Lovely.
Next up, Linden House in Wrexham.
It was that 1930s detached home. It was extended quite extensively, actually. Inside, gorgeous, very kind of natural colours as far as the palette is concerned. Glenn, you gave this home an 8.
I did.
Mandy, from you, it was also an 8. It was one of those homes for me that you step in through the front door and it's a bit of a surprise. Who can forget about that kitchen? I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. Loads of light, which I love. For me, Linden House was a 9. So the sums tell us that Linden House gets 25. Very respectable.
The lead.
And finally, the Old Courthouse in Berrio.
Gorgeous setting, and inside it was just full of colour and personality, wasn't it? I gave this home a 10. Mandy, you joined me, also gave it a 10. How about you, Glenn? What are your thoughts?
Yawn, yawn, yawn. So boring. I mean, come on. Obviously, I'm joking. It's quite the opposite. I found it utterly inspiring. I used the words anarchic authenticity, which I thought really summed it up. It had this kind of really exciting, refreshing, punky edge to it. And to be honest, I don't think I'm going to think the same about colour from this point on. I gave the Old Courthouse a 9.
It's a 9 from Glenn, which means the total for the Old Courthouse is 29. And we have a winner. From the North East region, it's the Old Courthouse.
The Old Courthouse wins in the North East and is one step closer to being Wales' Home of the Year.
I can't wait to meet them.
Oh, do you know what? I'm really chuffed.
I loved these 2 homes, but that just had everything, didn't it? Everything we're looking for.
Next time.
We've been to 15 homes all around the country, and you lot are our 5 fabulous finalists.
The judges have the hardest task as they decide which house will be Wales' Home of the Year.